Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open the high-yield vault and officially putting an end to the lazy money tax. You know the drill. Let's just dive straight into it. So, 0.01%. Yeah, take a really close look at that number. For the vast majority of us out there, this is the frankly insulting return that those massive big-name traditional banks are giving you on your savings. And no, that isn't a typo. We're talking about a fraction of a percent. It's basically what the bank hands you as a tiny little thank you for letting them stash your cash in their vaults. But the real story? It's what they're actually doing with your money while they toss you pennies. Honestly, it's what I can only describe as a legal heist going on every single day with your hard-earned cash. Which brings us right to the core of the issue. See, your bank takes that hard-earned cash of yours and turns right around and lends it out to your neighbor on a credit card at a staggering 20% interest rate. Yet, you're stuck sitting there at 0.01%. Why? Well, because they're making an absolute fortune off your silence. This right here is what we call lazy money. It's cash that's just sitting totally idle for you, but man, it is working overtime for the big banks. And look, this isn't just about you earning less. It's honestly an active penalty. So today, we're moving your cash out of that trap and right into the high-yield vault. To do that, we really need to calculate the actual tangible cost of an action. We need to look at exactly what this massive discrepancy between the bank's sky-high profits and your tiny returns is actually costing you as an everyday saver. Let's pull up the data to truly wrap our heads around the scale of this. Looking at the numbers for 2026, the average traditional savings account is still offering that dismal 0.01% APY. But high-yield savings accounts, or HYSAs, are hovering right around 4.5% to 5%. Guys, we're talking about literally forcing the banks to pay you a 400 times higher return. And the absolute craziest part? You get this massive jump literally just for moving your digital ones and zeros over to a different bank. Let's break down the math with a real-world scenario so you can see exactly how this compounds. If you just leave $10,000 sitting at a big bank for a full year, you're going to earn exactly $1 in interest. I really want to repeat that. $1 single dollar. That's not interest, that's a rounding error. But if you take that exact same $10,000 and move it into a high-yield savings account, over that exact same year, it earns you upwards of $450. And that brilliantly illustrates the real opportunity cost here. Think about what $450 actually means in your day-to-day life. That's a free round-trip flight for a vacation. It's a brand new gaming console. Or, honestly, perhaps most importantly, it's a massive, effortless boost to your emergency fund. And you get this reward just for existing, simply by making sure your money is parked in the right place. So what's this missing money actually doing to your finances overall? Well, we call that massive gap between that sad $1 and that awesome $450 the lazy tax. It's a literal financial penalty that you are voluntarily paying every single day you keep your money parked in a low-interest traditional bank. If you aren't using a high-yield account right now, you're actively agreeing to pay this tax. We need to stop paying it, like yesterday. Now, I know a very natural question usually pops up right about here, and honestly, I hear this one all the time. If these high-yield accounts are paying 400 times more than the brick-and-mortar bank down the street, what on earth is the catch? Is this some kind of scam? It's totally normal. It's the very first thing your brain asks when something just sounds too good to be true. But to understand why it is completely legitimate, we kind of have to pull back the curtain on how modern banking actually works. The answer isn't magic at all. It's just pure math. Traditional banks operate on what we call a marble and mortar model. Think about those massive, grand bank buildings in the middle of your town. They come with incredibly high overhead. They've got thousands of physical buildings to maintain, heating, electricity guards, tellers. It literally costs a fortune. On the flip side, we have the click and code model. Online high-yield banks have almost zero physical overhead. They operate entirely through really clean, efficient smartphone apps. And because they aren't paying for all those fancy marble pillars, they can pass those massive savings directly onto you in the form of way higher interest rates. Okay, but what about safety, right? Because this is absolutely crucial for your peace of mind. High-yield savings accounts offered by legitimate online banks are FDIC insured up to $250,000. That means your money is exactly as safe, exactly as federally protected as it is sitting in that giant marble building on the corner. You are not taking on any more risk. Your money is simply becoming infinitely more productive. And once your money is safe and highly productive like that, we get to unlock the real magic: Compound interest. Basically, this means you earn interest on your principal balance, and then the very next month, you start earning interest on your interest. It's like planting a tiny seed that grows into a tree. Every time a new interest leaf grows, it drops another seed that grows a whole new branch. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill in the perfect direction, just gathering size and speed. You're literally playing financial offense while you sleep.
And I really want you to remember this key principle. You aren't just saving money here. You are building a passive engine that fights inflation for you. By taking your future you 20%, that chunk of your income you're setting aside anyway, and automating it straight into a high-yield vault, you're constructing an active defense mechanism for your wealth. It's a passive engine just humming along in the background of your life.
So, let's get to today's task. It's time for what we call the vault migration. Your main goal right now is to stop being your traditional bank's absolute cheapest source of capital. You've seen the data, you know the overhead math, and you definitely understand the power of compound interest now. So it's time to actually execute your financial escape plan and get those funds migrated. To help out, here is a super concrete, low-friction checklist so you can make this happen today. Step 1. Just research 3 high-yield savings options. Look for big, reputable names like Ally, Marcus, or SoFi. Step 2. Verify that they are definitely FDIC insured, and just double-check that they have absolutely 0 monthly maintenance fees. And step 3, open the account and transfer your first $100. That's literally it. Just get those digital ones and zeros moving. I'm going to leave you with this final, absolutely vital question. Are you going to keep voluntarily paying that lazy tax, or are you finally going to force the bank to pay you what you're actually worth? Look, the choice is entirely in your hands, but the math is undeniable. Make the switch. Now, be sure to join us for our next explainer, where we're going to dive deep into the mechanics of inflation, and we'll explore exactly why $1 today won't be enough to buy you a candy bar tomorrow. You definitely won't want to miss it.